Recap. As the night falls, Helena finds herself admiring her handsome cab driver Aaron. However, their journey is interrupted by a sudden knock at her window on their shortcut home, causing her heart to race with uncertainty. Chapter 2. Mysterious Journey with a Handsome, Religious Driver. In the darkness, she saw a flash of light and realized that it was a police officer standing outside, a concerned look on his face. "Everything okay here?" the officer asked. He was peering into the car with his flashlight. Aaron let out a sigh of relief. "Yes, everything's fine," he said, forcing a smile. "We were just taking a shortcut through the forest." The officer frowned. "You should be careful," he warned. "This road can be dangerous, especially at night. There have been reports of strange occurrences in the forest, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to you." Helena's heart raced as the officer walked back to his car and drove off. As Aaron navigated through the eerie forest with Helena checking the wind rustle outside, it felt like a storm was brewing. The sky was clouded, and the dusty wind carried the fallen leaves from one place to another. The wind was volatile and hit the car, causing some of it to enter the car engine through the front vents. However, Helena was cozy inside the car, trying to focus on anything other than the creeping sense of unease that seemed to fill the air. She couldn't help but think about how muscular and sturdy Aaron's arm felt when she touched it, and she found herself craving more physical contact. Aaron couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right, but he didn't want to alarm Helena. He kept his concerns to himself and twirled the pencil with his fingers. "So Aaron," Helena said, trying to make small talk and ease the tension. "Tell me more about yourself. What do you like to do in your free time?" Aaron smiled, grateful for the distraction. "Well, I'm a bit of a history buff. I love learning about ancient cultures and their religions, and I'm also a big fan of yoga and meditation. It helps me stay grounded and focused." Helena raised an eyebrow. "Yoga and meditation? That's not exactly what I was expecting from a guy who looks like he could bench press a small car." Aaron chuckled. "I guess I'm full of surprises. What about you? What do you like to do in your free time?" Helena sighed. "Honestly, I'm not really sure. I've been so busy with work and trying to find myself that I haven't had much time for hobbies or interests. But I do love dancing. It's one of the few things that can help me clear my head and forget about all my problems." As they continued to talk and get to know each other, the forest around them seemed to fade away, replaced by the comforting presence of each other's company. As they drove through the spooky forest, the wind started to change, and the air around them seemed to grow colder and the trees seemed to loom closer. The car began to slow down to a crawl. The engine sputtered, and the headlights flickered as if something was interfering with its function. "What's going on?" Helena asked, her voice shaking. "I have no idea what's going on," he said, his voice filled with confusion. "I've never had any problems with this car before." Aaron got out and opened the engine lid, tried to fix the car, and tried to understand what was causing the strange malfunctions, but he had no luck. "I don't know what's going on," he said, his voice filled with frustration. "I've checked all of the usual suspects, but everything seems to be in working order." He looked around here and there, up and down to say, "I don't like this route." Helena's eyes narrowed. She grabbed her phone to rescue herself by booking another cab, and said, "Or maybe it's something to do with your car engine. Maybe it's not as reliable as you thought it was." She would have been a little less direct if it was not so late in the night and not the middle of a forest. As Helena stepped out of the car, she found that the ground was soft and slippery beneath her feet. She wobbled slightly, her balance thrown off by the unexpected terrain. But before she could fall, Aaron was there to catch her, his strong arms steadying her as she regained her footing. "Thanks," Helena said. She gently looked away as she tried to book another cab from her phone. But frustratingly, she couldn't find any service. Helena sighed. "Can I borrow your hotspot? My internet is so slow that it's practically non-existent." Aaron hesitated. "I'm sorry, miss, but my phone services were long gone from the time we entered the forest. It's like whatever is jamming the car doesn't want us to talk to the outside world." Helena couldn't believe it. She was stuck in the middle of nowhere with a handsome stranger in such a condition, and things were starting to get really spooky. Helena looked around outside and couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Aaron noticed the fear in her eyes and tried to comfort her. "Don't worry, I'm sure we'll see a car passing by and we can ask them for a lift. Just hold on a little longer." As Aaron and Helena waited by the side of the road, they tried to pass the time by talking about their fears and insecurities. Helena, feeling a bit nervous about the darkness surrounding them, turned to Aaron and asked, "Are you afraid of the dark?" Aaron chuckled and shrugged. "Not really. I mean, it's just darkness. It's not like it's alive or anything." Helena raised an eyebrow. "You never know. Some things in the dark can be pretty terrifying." Aaron shrugged again. I guess you have a point there, but I like to think that as long as I have my wits about me, I can handle whatever comes my way. Helena smiled, feeling a bit more reassured by Aaron's confidence. I hope you're right. I don't think I could handle anything else tonight. I didn't really have a good time at the party. Aaron raised an eyebrow in curiosity. Why is that? Helena hesitated, wondering if she should share her story. But something about Aaron's kind and understanding gaze made her feel like she could trust him. She brushed a strand of hair behind her ear and said, "There was this guy at work. He had been leading me on for months, but I'm not sure if we're ever going to happen." Aaron's eyes narrowed. Is he gay? Helena laughed, shaking her head. Shut up, she said it in a friendly way. He's far from gay. I just think he's not interested in me that way. Aaron shrugged his shoulder and said, Forget him. You can do better. I can tell. Any man who doesn't see what he's missing out on is blind. Helena blushed and smiled at the subtle compliment. Thanks, I'll try to remember that. If we make it out of this forest alive, I'll stick a note about it on my wall. Aaron smirked, trying to distract himself from their dire situation. Don't worry, he said, his voice laced with confidence. We'll make it through this. He spun the car keys through his fingers, the metal glinting in the faint light as they moved in an intricate dance. We'll wait a little longer, see a car comes by. If not, we'll walk it. As Helena watched Aaron do that twirl thing again with his fingers, this time with the car keys instead of the pencil, she couldn't help but feel a sense of mystery about that habit. It seemed like an involuntary habit, and yet there was something almost graceful and rehearsed about the way he moved his fingers.